guys, welcome back to Math with Miss L. Today we are talking about dividing with the forgiving method. So this method can be a little tricky for some of us who haven't been taught using it. So a lot of parents, even teachers, and obviously students don't know what the forgiving method is. Well, let's dive into that. So the first step when you are doing the forgiving method is make sure what the dividend is. Remember, that's your total. Your divisor is what you are counting by. So we want to set up our equation, and then we want to find our quotient using that forgiving method. Remember, it's forgiving because you don't have to know all of your multiplication, and it forgives you. So that's why we do it. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's try these out. 34 divided by 2, 645 divided by 5, and 8,452 divided by 7. So let's break these bit by bit to see how we can do this. So first step is let's dive in. So if you have 34 divided by 2 equals blank, we know that this is our divisor. My bad, dividend. This is our lovely divisor. So this is our total. And this is what we are counting by. So let's go ahead and break this down. Let's go ahead and set this up the way you would normally set it up. So for 34 divided by 2, I would take 34. I like to say that's our total that we protect using a hook. Our divisor, which is our 2, is what we put on the outside. And for forgiving, I like to say the corners are our multiplication symbol. So think about 2 times what number gives you something close to 34. Hopefully, our kids are saying 10. Well, 2 times 10 is 20, and we're going to subtract that. I like to bring this line all the way over. Now we'll subtract 4 take away 0 is 4. 3 10s take away 2 is 1. Now we get 14. So 2 times what number gives us something close to 14? If our kids don't know, have them go ahead and do their tic-tac-toes. Let's start with 2, 4, 6, 8. If our kids are still having trouble, you can always put 2 dots and they can count 9, 10. We have 12, 14. So we get to the number 14, but how many groups of 2 did it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our 7 is going out there. Now 2 times 7 is 14. When we take that all the way, we're left with nothing. And our kids should know that that means no remainder. Sorry about this glare. But when we add 10 plus 7, we're going to go ahead and move this camera down so we have some space. We should be getting 17 as our total quotient. You can talk about these being partial quotients, but 17 is our answer. I like to show the kids where it goes exactly. Now we have to check. So now it's all about checking our work. So to check our work, we're going to go ahead and take our 17 and multiply it by our 2. Because remember, we're going back to our actual equation. 2 is our divisor, and we said 17 was our quotient. So let's see if we can see this a little bit better. Let's see if we can put it right in here. 34 divided by 2, we said was 17. So we're trying to get our total here. So we're going to multiply 17 times 2, and hopefully it gives us our total, which is our dividend. So 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, 10 is 3. And we got it. So now let's move on to our next question. All right, let's come back. So we know this first number is our total, which we should know is our dividend. We want to make sure our students know what those words mean. This is our divisor, which could mean our number of groups or what we count by. And this right here is our quotient. So let's go ahead and take a look. If I have 645, that's my total that I like to protect using my divisor and my hook. So once again, forgiving method, 5 times what number if we're going up to the hundreds place, let's go ahead and think about 5 times 100. 5 times 100 is 500. Subtract. You are left with 145. Now 5 times what number? This is a part that our kids get really confused on. So maybe you want to say, well, 5 times 10 is 50. They could totally take away 50, but tell them you're trying to get a number closer to 145. So 5 times 20. 5 times 2 is 10. Box at 0, place it at the end. Now, if you did 5 times 30, like some of our kids want to do, 5 times 3 is 15. That's 0, though. That's 150. That is too much, so we're not going to go that far. But we can stick with 20. 5 times 20 is 100. And we get 45. So 45 is what we're left over with. I'm going to go ahead and scoot this down. So now let's go ahead and do 5 times what number gives us 45? If your child, or guys, if you are still stuck, do your tic-tac-toes up until you get to 45. Let's see, 35, 40, 45. Here we go. So we get to 45, but how many times did it take to get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So 9 times 5 is 45. We are left with nothing, so no remainder. Add your partial quotients up. You get 129. So that is our answer. Now, let's go ahead and check our work. So we have 129 as our answer. So if we have 645 divided by 5, we're saying the answer is 129, I hope. And let's go ahead and see if we're right. So checking, we always want to check our work. 129 times 5. We get 45, carry your 4 tens. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. And we get our dividend, which is what we want to get. If your kid doesn't like standard algorithm, go ahead and show it to them using the area model. Your 5 is your width. You break 645 into 640 and 5. So 5 times 6 is 30. Box your zeros, place them at the end. 5 times 4 is 20. Box your 0, place it at the end again. And 5 times 5 is 25. Now what we want to do is go ahead and add those partial products together. 3,000 plus 200 plus 25. We get a total of, oh no, what did I do wrong here, guys? Let's go ahead and see if Miss LaFuente did something incorrect. Oh, I totally know what I did wrong. Scratch. I need to do 129 times 5. So my area model, that's why we always check our work. 5. Break your 129 into 100. 20 and 9. So 5 times 1 is 5. Box your zeros, 500. 5 times 2 is 10. Box your 0, 100. And 5 times 9 is 54. Just kidding, 45. Gotta love and laugh at ourselves. 500 plus 100 plus 45. All together looks like 645. Awesome. So on to the last question. If I have 8,452 divided by 7, I'm going to set that up like normal. 8,452, and I'm going to do my hook with my 7. Now, if my number goes up to the thousands, I'm going to go ahead and do my partial dividend to 1,000. So 7 times 1,000 is 7,000. Take it all the way across and subtract. I'm left with 1,452. I can't do another 1,000 because that gives me 7,000, but maybe I want to go ahead and think about my 100. So 7 times 100 gives me 700. Let's go ahead and take that away. 2, 5. You can't do 4 take away 7. So go ahead and regroup. You're left with 752. Now me, I'm thinking, oh, 700. I can take a whole other one away. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot my little camera up. And let's go ahead and do this again. Take away 100. I'm going to pull that. 100 times 7 gives me 700. Take that away. I am left with 52. So now I'm thinking, well, 100's too much, and even 10 times 7 is too much. So if 10 times 7 is too much, I'm going to think about my little multiples. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, and 56. I'm going to go all the way up till that because my 49 is closest. So to get to 49, I counted over how many groups of 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 49. Take that away and regroup. 9, 10, 11, 12. I am left with 3. Now, 3 is what I am remaining with because I can't make another group of 7. So my remainder is 3. I'm going to add my partial quotients together. I got 1,207. So I'm going to take my 1,207, remainder 3, and put it where it needs to go. And I'm going to check my work. So to do this, I'm going to take 1,207 and multiply it by 7. Let's check and see. You guys can totally pause the video and fast forward and see what you get if you want it to see how you did. 7, 8, but add your remainder 3. So we got 8,452. Awesome. That's what we should have gotten. But if we don't like standard, let's go ahead and break it into our area model. So we're multiplying by 7. We have 8,000 because we're taking 1,207 and breaking it up. We have 1,200. That 0, don't worry about it, and just go to your 7 ones. 7 times 1 is 7. Your zeros go at the end. 7 times 2 is 14. Your zeros are at the end. 7 times 7 is 49. So let's go ahead and take these partial quotients and add them up. 7,000 plus 1,400 plus 49. Let's add them all up. 8,449, but let's go ahead and add our remainder. We should still get 8,452. Awesome. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, guys, thanks again for coming and working with me. Remember, this is Math with Miss L. Make sure to subscribe, hit your little bell icon for new videos, and I will be picking one person every Monday for a giveaway. Now, that could be a homework pass, that could be something fun. It all depends. Make sure to subscribe. Bye, guys.